So, you didn't get into medical school. Now what? Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Emmanuel. I'm a first year medical student at McGill University, and today we'll be talking about what the next steps are following a rejection from medical school within an application cycle. So the truth of the matter is, and this is to no surprise to anybody, most applicants get rejected from medical school on their first try, even on their second try. At McGill, at least, it takes 3 or 4 tries on average for applicants to get accepted, and that was the case for me. So if you did get rejected from medical school, no matter what medical school that was, don't let that discourage you. Don't let that stop you from attaining your dream. I have a couple of suggestions, so hopefully you stick around to hear me out. So my first suggestion for you all is what I actually ended up doing, and that's to pursue a higher education degree. Now, this might not be for everyone. This is assuming that you completed your bachelor's degree or you're about to complete your bachelor's degree. And pursuing a higher education degree such as a master's, a graduate certificate, a PhD could be a great alternative because one, maybe this is a plan B that might work for you. Or two, which was the case for me, my GPA was close to the average, but it was still below the accepted average in medical school at McGill. And having a graduate degree is actually beneficial at McGill. It gives you some bonus points in your academic section of the application. And this is also the case for a couple of other Canadian schools I could think of off the top of my head, such as U of T, UDM, Dalhousie, I think McMaster's as well. So how did this benefit me? Well, it allowed me to get more research experience under my belt, as well as some TAing opportunities, teaching experiences in the lab where I was a supervisor to a undergraduate student who is writing his honors thesis, as well as a publication under my name. And this outside of school also gave me more time because I didn't have studies to worry about. That's just how my master's was. It was strictly research and thesis based and not really course based. So I didn't have exams to worry about. That might not be the case for you, but this allowed me to add more to my already growing extracurricular list. In fact, I became president of my dance organization for the 2 years that I did my master's, and that was definitely a plus on my application. So taking that all into account, the new degree, publications, more research opportunities, more extracurriculars, so I really tailored my CV. Obviously my GPA and my Casper, I obviously prepped some more for my Casper. My GPA couldn't really change, but those changes were enough to go from no interview to interview and ultimately an acceptance to McGill University. So maybe that is an option for you. Another option that some of my classmates actually did was to retake courses. I also actually retook a course. I didn't do so well in it, and I thought it was really hurting my GPA. So I retook it and I was not penalized. McGill does not penalize students for retaking courses, and I don't think that most medical schools penalize. But if you're still unsure, you can always email their admissions office and verify that you won't get penalized. But the reality is many students retake courses to change a B to an A or a C to an A. For example, I would not encourage you to retake a course because you got an A- and you want to turn that to an A, because one, there's no guarantee that you will get an A, and two, how much is that changing your GPA in the bigger picture, right? Probably little to none. So it's not worth it in that case, in my opinion. Another very common alternative is to take a gap year. Yes, it's true. Some of my classmates took a year off, did not do anything school related. Yes, they worked. Yes, they built on their CV. Maybe they took some time to just travel. I know that's difficult with COVID going on, but you get the idea. Some people just need that mental break. Undergrad is very difficult, especially if you're trying to be top of your class so you could get into medical school. So oftentimes people need a mental break before going into another extremely difficult degree, which is medicine. Yeah, and sometimes this gap year can be used to just tweak your CV a little bit. Maybe there's some part of your CV that's lacking, and you're using this gap year to get involved in certain experiences that could really help complete your CV. For example, maybe you were lacking some volunteer experience, so medically relevant volunteer experience, so you went and volunteered at your local hospital or a local clinic, for example. Or maybe you didn't have as much research under your belt, so you worked as a research assistant for the year and got a publication under your name. So these are all ways that you can improve your CV, your extracurriculars, your autobiographical sketch. Wherever you are in Canada, you get the idea that taking a gap year does not do any harm. In fact, it's just beneficial both for your physical and mental health and application to medical school. And the last suggestion I have for you all is to do another undergrad in its entirety. And I don't recommend this for everyone. I recommend this for a certain subset of applicants. And these applicants are in one of the following criteria. So if your GPA is significantly lower than the average medical school GPA, so let's give an example. Let's say the average interviewee GPA is a 3.8, and your GPA is somewhere, between 3.5 and 3.6, which is in no way a bad GPA. But the reality is, for medical school, it's on the less competitive side. Now, if you think that there's a degree that you can excel in, or you actually have a passion for, or maybe it's a degree that can lead to a professional program, and you're okay with having that as a plan B, maybe that's an option for you. So if you're confident that you can go into that degree and you've matured from your first degree, you've learned from your mistakes, your experience, and now you can go in and get a 3.9 or a 4.0 GPA, then yeah, that's going to make a big difference in your application. And also, as an older student, you're just going to be going into medical school with much more experience and maturity than some of your peers, which is also a benefit. Now, if you already have a GPA that's relatively close to the average GPA, I don't recommend spending 3 or 4 years of your life additionally to pursue another undergraduate degree in the hopes that you get into medical school, because it's no guarantee. All right. Another reason why you might change undergrad degrees is maybe you're in your first or second year of undergrad and this degree is really not working out for you. You're not happy, maybe you're not doing so well, and you see other classmates or other friends of yours in university that are doing another degree that you're interested in and you can see yourself doing well in. Well, those could be signs telling you to switch undergrad degrees. And again, you shouldn't get penalized really for switching undergraduate degrees. By the end of your final degree, I'm not even sure that the credits you've accumulated prior to that new degree are relevant in your application. But again, it's worth checking in with the admissions department. I haven't done this per se, so I'm no expert, but I do know people who changed degrees and still got into medical school. So that could be an option for you as well. So that being said, friends, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The support I am receiving on this channel is incredible, and I thank you all so much. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. And that being said, I will catch you all in the next one.